I look at the situation not just dangerous for journalists per se, but for people in Pakistan. Um, I mean, I connect it to lawlessness more than anything else at the moment.
Right.
I'm not saying that the journalists have not been attacked directly, but I do believe it has a lot to do with lot to do with lawlessness in Pakistan. It has a lot to do with the fact that people think they can get away with anything, because it's not that only journalists are being attacked. Everybody is being attacked. Human rights activists, lawyers, doctors, social workers. So you can't really say that it's just dangerous for journalists.
Right.
I believe it has a lot to do with the with the spate of terrorism that we have been assaulted by the last few years. I think it has a lot to do with that too.
All right, all right. Mehr, I have lost your video, but of course I can hear you, and I hope you can hear me too. We are specifically, while I completely appreciate what you're saying, we are specifically talking of the issue of journalists, especially because 2 Indian journalists were asked to come back, as you're aware. And we were talking of the way forward. We were talking of how, as journalists from both these countries, who are the sane, rational voices, who are not bowing down to different kinds of the multi-layered and the multi-nuanced pressures that you people face in terms of from militants, from political and sectarian groupings, and from the military establishment. What is the way forward, Mehr? How can we resolve this as far as journalists and journalism is concerned?
There is no one rule. There's no one solution. You can't say that, okay, this is happening and so is attacking us, so let's get together and let's figure out a solution. Then let's talk to A, B, C, and D, and get to the point where there would be no danger and where there would no attack on our freedom. That is not going to happen. There is no one solution.
Right.
The only thing that people can do is go on doing what they are doing. But then at the end of the day, a lot of people back off because what is the price here? If you feel that you are doing something, if you're writing about stuff that is going to get you a lot of undesirable attention from people who do not want to be talked about, people who do not want their actions to be recognized as crimes by society, by other segments of media, by the international media, by human rights groups. Where do you go from there? Well, how do you deal with that situation? But yes, what everybody can do is that when any untoward incident happens, whenever a journalist is attacked, be it a print journalist or an electronic media journalist, the most important thing is to unite against whatever has happened to that person. I think that is the most important thing, because and it has to be done without any ifs and buts. You cannot start saying, okay, so and so was doing this and this happened, that happened, and that. You have to be very clear about saying that no, you cannot start attacking people or harming people or killing people in the worst case scenario just because you do not like what is being said. Anything, for instance, now it has a lot to do with intolerance. Like, for instance, in the last 2-3 days, there's been a lot of noise in the Indian media about the rapes in India. About the rapes in UP. Now, when you're talking about things which are being said in Indian media, we look at the news, or it's not that Pakistan media is reporting that. And as soon as you start to talk about it, people start to say.
So you're talking of a synergy.
Even for that.
Okay.
No, what I'm saying is people think just because you're highlighting an ill, you're doing something bad. And that's I mean, this is just a small example, but whenever it comes to a casualty of whenever it comes to a journalist who has been harmed simply for doing his or her job, all of us who have some part who are a part of
it's
the
an attack on all of us, isn't it?
Anyway, I mean, I used to work for a newspaper. I'm no longer, but Yes, for anything.
It's
The
an
thing is,
attack on all of us,
I
right?
read online Mehr Tarar, who's one of the most well-known activists in Italy. She talked about a petition which actually affected a change. She was talking. I'm sorry, I
That's
have
all right.
forgotten the name of the petition. But she actually said that they were able to get a lot. Yes, exactly. We have to keep moving on. But as Beena just said, that everything that happens has to be beyond any consideration, beyond any agenda. You see a lot of people start to become intolerant about things when they feel
Yes.
that a certain segment or just a certain in the institution is being talked about or is being investigated.
Right.
We need to ensure that you see investigate. I think the biggest danger that journalists
Right.
they face is when they're in investigative journalism.
Right.
Obviously, in any profession where things are done which are not supposed to be
Yeah.
made public, people are going to become very uncomfortable as soon as you start to ask
Right.
questions.
Right. Meher.
I asked a cousin of mine in police. It is about a case. It is about a case with one of the most famous, one of the most, tragic incidents in Pakistan recently, when Raza Rumi's car was attacked, and I was trying to get some answers from the police, and I gave them 5 questions, and they were normal simple things, and they said, no, we cannot answer you.
Exactly.
Now,
That
now,
kind of
now,
pressure.
now if
All right.
if this happens to somebody who's not even a hardcore journalist, you can imagine what the real journalists go through.
Right.
But the important thing is to know what you're doing, to believe in the truth of what you're doing. That is the most important thing.
Exactly.
It has to be
To believe,
beyond any
to
agenda.
believe in the truth of what you're doing. Meher Tarar, thank you so
Yes,
much. Thank you so much.